Welcome back to Style Meets Sustainability, the podcast where fashion, ethics, and conscious living come together. I am Arpita. Sustainability isn't just a buzzword, it's a responsibility. And some people in the fashion industry are truly weaving sustainability into every fiber. Today, we have a leader who has been at the forefront of sustainable textile manufacturing. Meet Mr. Alexander Neroth, director at NC John Garments, one of the early companies to receive GOTS certification in India, and founder of Unmoda, India's first luxury sustainable streetwear for women, redefining progressive sustainable fashion with ethics and innovation. From organic cotton to recycled PET, hemp, and bamboo, NC John is pioneering the future of responsible fashion. Get ready for a deep dive into sustainable fabrics, ethical production, and the future of Unmoda. Let's get started. Mr. Alexander, welcome to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thank you, Arpita, and it's a pleasure for me to be here. And thank you for the opportunity for me to share the knowledge which I have with the rest of the world. Thank you.
Your experience in sustainable textile manufacturing is truly inspiring, and I'm excited to dive into this conversation with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Getting into my questions, what is the production process of organic cotton? How does it differ from conventional cotton farming?
Organic cotton is the process where they do not use any chemicals and they don't use any pesticides in the manufacture in the planting of the crop. So an organic cotton farm, it takes about 5 years for an organic cotton farm to move from a regular farm to an organic cotton farm because it has to be free of all pesticides and toxic chemicals.
How about the conventional cotton farming? As per my experience goes, everybody wants cotton because they think it's a very good fabric. But because of the production demand, the conventional cotton has become like with all the pesticides, and it has to be produced quick. So there are many things involved that way. So what is your take on that?
As you know, cotton farming is one of the most, it uses the maximum water. For one t-shirt, you will not believe it, but 2,700 liters of water is used for one t-shirt which you wear. That is right from the stage of watering the plant. Apart from that, a lot of harmful chemicals and pesticides are put in term for cotton cultivation. A lot of these harmful pesticides are used, which is very harmful for the environment as well as it's very harmful for the health of the farmer. Now, while you are doing the organic cotton cultivation, this entire process of pesticides, they use natural fertilizers and they do not use chemicals, low impact chemicals. So I think that there's a huge difference between an organic farm and conventional cotton, and also the usage of water. So I think overall there is a lot of stress on by brands to move to organic cultivation, but it comes with its own challenges. One of the key challenges to convert a farm to organic cotton is that due to the non-use of fertilizers, the crop yield is almost half of what you get from a regular conventional cotton. So that is why organic cotton is a little more expensive than conventional cotton.
When we demand for organic cotton, will that reduce the price of it? Like, will that become another regular cotton?
The whole aspect is to ensure that most farmers move to organic cotton. The reason being that, see, the reason why a lot of farmers are not doing organic cotton is the yield, the return on the investment in planting conventional cotton to organic cotton. As I told you, the output is much lower. Now, by encouraging farmers, by paying a little more to them, by encouraging them to get into organic cotton and a lot more acreage comes under organic cotton cultivation, then obviously the demand supply gap will reduce and the cost of organic cotton could come down in the future.
That's interesting. And what makes Supima cotton superior?
Supima cotton is American cotton. Basically, how the quality of the cotton fiber, the t-shirt you wear, okay, in layman's terms, the t-shirt which you wear, how is the quality different in different kinds of cotton? Now, the main reason why the quality of the cotton is better is because of the staple fiber, that is the length of the fiber. Now, Supima cotton has a longer staple length than all the rest of the cotton in the world. It is one of the longest staple fiber after Egyptian cotton, which is called Giza cotton, which is used in a lot of bed sheets. They call Egyptian bed sheets and things like that. So those are the longest staple fiber in the world. And Supima cotton is a branded. It is basically American cotton branded by a company called Supima, which is only done in the US, and it is long staple fiber. We call it extra long staple fiber, which makes the when they spin the yarn, it gives a much higher quality strength to the fabric, and also the dye absorption is much better, so it has a much more richer look. That's what Supima is about.
Okay. And in your company, you do recycled cotton. How does that work? What is the limitations and how does that work for you?
For me, recycled cotton is one of the most sustainable products today. Now, how is recycled cotton done? Now, cotton, after you wear the t-shirts, that is called post-consumer waste. After you throw your t-shirt after it's worn away, and then there is pre-consumer waste, which is after while we are manufacturing the t-shirt, you're cutting out the pattern, and there are balance waste which comes. So all this waste is now segregated by color. All the blues are taken together. All the reds are taken together, separated, and then the fiber is again chopped. The cloth is again chopped into smaller pieces, and then the fiber is opened up, so you get an average color of red, and then they blend recycled recycled pet bottles, yeah, polyester. Um, they blend that in a depth which will make the color even, and then they blend that both together, and then they spin the yarn again. So now, what are the advantages of recycled cotton? The advantages of recycled cotton is that there is no water in the process, no water used in the process. Otherwise, what is the option? You go back to the plant, you grow the plant, you pick the cotton. I told you there's 2,700 liters of water being used for every t-shirt. In this process, you avoid this entire process of water. There is no dyes used in the process because it is using the same dyes as the uh, the waste cotton which is already dyed. And then thirdly, to spin recycled cotton, the technology used uses only one-fourth the power used in regular cotton. So these are the three huge advantages while you buy a recycled cotton t-shirt.
That's actually interesting. When we say cotton knit t-shirt, right? So many people ask me, where is that stretch coming from? I know that there are some fabrics which have lycra, some kind of stretch in it, but there are some which are manufactured in the process of knitting. So while knitting, the expansion of the fabric happens. So just let me know how it works.
The difference between the cotton knit and cotton woven. Yeah, woven is a process where it's weaving, where there's no stretch. While in knit, the construction itself of knit makes the fabric breathable. That's why if you pull a t-shirt, it always stretches, whether there is spandex or not. Now, when you add spandex, or we call it elastin or spandex, Lycra is one of the companies, brands, which make that elastin. The generic name is either elastin or we call it spandex. Okay. Now these two things are added. About 3 to 5% is added to give even more stretch to a t-shirt. No, the t-shirt by itself has stretch because the kind of construction while they are knitting the fabric, knitting itself makes it more. It's a different kind of a construction, which gives more elasticity to the fabric. By adding spandex or elastin, it gives even more stretch, and especially where you want a tight fit, like when you do sportswear or athleisure, where you need a little more tight fit. There they use elastin, which is again a byproduct of petroleum, which is again a polyester kind of byproduct.
So when we talk about elastin, do you think it is sustainable and eco-friendly? What is your take on elastin adding to the t-shirts, the regular sportswear?
Now, elastin by itself is a petroleum byproduct like polyester. You can use recycled elastin, where they recycle the polyester and then make it into elastin. Now, but still, elastin by itself, it's like talking about polyester and recycled PET. The microplastics which come out of polyester, that is still going to be there even in elastin. So, my take on it is that you have to use, it's a very small percentage you're using, but the rest of it is biodegradable. So I would put it as, see, every sustainable product has its pros and cons. Now you need to take that with that when you want a performance based product, adding that small bit of elastin is a practical way to ensure that the usability of the garment is maximum.
Okay, I got it. So now, coming to hemp fabric, I know your company got into hemp in 2012. So there are a lot of misinformation about hemp fabric. People think they are rough, illegal, or expensive. Can you clarify that?
The hemp, what we use for apparel, is not the same. It's only the same variety of the marijuana plant. Now, this is a low THC, which is the high you get from the drug in marijuana, THC. So it is not there in the plant, which is grown for apparel. So hemp has a lot of very, very big advantages in clothing. One, hemp uses the least water among all sustainable crops. Hemp uses the least amount of water to grow the plant. Second, hemp is grown widely, like bamboo and things like that. Hemp is also grown widely. Hemp is a very strong fiber. It is 3 times more absorbent than cotton. Yeah, when you sweat, it needs to absorb. It's 3 times more absorbent than cotton. And another beautiful thing about hemp is that as you use the hemp clothing, as you wash it more and more, it gets softer and softer. So these are the big advantages of hemp. And I think the whole misconception about hemp is I mean, it's a myth. What people think about what hemp is.
That's a relief, actually. So hemp, now that it's a kind of buzz fabric. So do you think it will be like a most important fabric in the future? And for the athleisure, as you were saying, it's absorbent and it's strong and everything. Do you think athleisure works with hemp?
As I told you, every fiber has its pros and cons. Yeah. Now, one of the issues of hemp is that the more hemp you put into the garment, it gets more rough. Yeah. So hemp is not a great fabric for sportswear. It's more of casual clothing, outdoor clothing, outerwear, t-shirts, things that are not for sportswear and athleisure and things like that. If you ask me for my suggestion, I'm a big fan of bamboo. Now, bamboo is one of the best clothing when you're talking about athleisure, sportswear, going for a run. I think that's one of the best fabrics I think, which is upcoming, and one of the most sustainable fabrics, which I believe is going to come, really take over the market in the future. Right now, one of the reasons why bamboo is not very well thought about is because of the process of, while you need to degrade while you need to spin the yarn, you use chemical to break down the fiber, because bamboo is a very hard fiber. So that chemical process is what everyone is talking about, the sustainable aspect. But when you look at all the rest of it, where bamboo is a plant where it's not like cutting trees, yeah, it's like a bamboo is a grass. It grows very fast. You cut it, it grows within a span of 6 months. It comes back again, right? And you can keep reharvesting bamboo. There is absolutely no water you need to put for bamboo. It just lives out of the water which is there in the ground, or rainwater or whatever. If you look at it, if you are pouring, take buckets and buckets of water and pour it into a bamboo plant. What happens? You will not see a single drop of water there, because bamboo's absorption, the fiber, the natural property of bamboo is very, very high absorption. It is 3x or 4x, much more absorbent than this. It is antibacterial by nature. It has got natural antimicrobial property. It is very, very, highly absorbent. So the main use of bamboo is, I would say, for sportswear, athleisure, then wherever you sweat, like undergarments, socks. These are fantastic places where the bamboo crop can be used. It's a fantastic fiber. One more advantage over bamboo over hemp is that bamboo is cheaper than hemp. One of the reasons why hemp may not, may not gain ground is because of the cost of the fiber. It's much more expensive than the other fibers. Yeah, so I think that especially for Indian market, bamboo is widely grown in India, and it's a very good fiber. It's very super soft, highly luxurious. It's got a good sheen in the fabric. It falls well. So there are so many benefits of bamboo.
Now that you spoke about bamboo, my next question was about if you have to choose which fabric is more sustainable, cotton or hemp. But I want to rephrase it like bamboo or hemp, and why?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of bamboo. Yeah. One of the reasons is that once you wear a bamboo t-shirt, I think that you will never move away from it. You will prefer bamboo to cotton because it's very soft, it's highly absorbent, your sweat will not smell, it will absorb, it is anti-allergic. What more do you want in fabric? I think the only small issue with bamboo compared to cotton is that it's a little more expensive. Yeah. So it's a little more expensive than cotton. But if you look at the benefits, I think bamboo is one of the best and most sustainable products today, apart from the recycled cotton. Yeah.
When we talk about recycled cotton or a recycled polyester or any material in that area, don't you think there will be microplastics which are releasing when the garment is washed? Like in our houses, when we wash it, microplastics will be released. So how far do you think it is suggested? And one more thing, when we wear that recycled material, it is touching our skin. So how far is it good for our skin? And we are smelling, we are everything is absorbed by the body. So how far is it good, the recycled materials?
There is absolutely no issue in wearing recycled materials. Now, when it comes to recycled polyester, yeah, the microplastic part of polyester is still there. Yeah. One of the biggest defects of polyester is microplastics. Yeah. But yes, instead of all these plastics going into the ocean, going into the earth, thrown around, it is getting recycled. It's made to better use. Yeah. But if you ask me about the microplastic problem, it's a huge problem, massive problem. Because what happens is you wash it in your washing machine. Your washing machine is connected to your pipelines. The pipelines is connected to the drainage. The drainage is connected to the sea. The fish eat into the microplastics, and that's what you're going to eat on. Yeah, that's what you're going to have as food. Yeah, so microplastics is for sure a big problem. Yes, but at the same time, I told you the benefit that if these plastics are going to get stuck in the drains and cause so much of problems in the environment, it is reducing the problem in one way, but it's not negating the fact that polyester is definitely not the greatest of fibers. Yeah, it is a man-made fiber, and yes, it has its own issues of microplastics which cannot be avoided. Now, coming to the skin part, right? Now, see how recycled fibers are made. Now, The recycled poly, it is made at very, very high heat conditions. Yeah, like the polyester is made through extrusion. While you're extruding the polyester fiber, the filament yarn, it is at over 150 degrees. At that temperature, no bacteria will stay. Yeah, and there is absolutely no. It becomes like new polyester, just like any other new virgin polyester. At that temperature, there's no bacteria. So there is no reason for you to be thinking, yes, if I use recycled polyester, it's touching my skin. Is it going to be, will all the bacteria be there? In all these processes, there's a lot of, this recycled thing, it is going through a lot of processes which will take away this issue. Knitting the garment, dyeing it, washing it, you're using a lot of water and heat, which will kill all the bacteria. So I think that using recycled materials is as good as using virgin materials.
That's a relief. That's great to know. And coming to your company, which creates upcycled products from fabric waste, can you walk us through this process? What are some creative items you have made?
As I told you that we are a specialized company in sustainability. Yeah, we do only sustainable products. I had shared my video with you with the whole closing the loop. Yeah, when I think about sustainability, sustainability is not just about the product alone. Sustainability is the entire process, right from the start to the finish. So what we have been trying to do here is to close the entire loop. Yeah, that is, we start with what you use as your stationery in the office. Yeah, we use all recycled materials as our stationery. Now, the next step is what do we do with the waste material after we manufacture all these sustainable goods? So, what we do, we all this cutting waste, right? After you cut, you have bigger pieces of waste. So, we make baggage tags. We use for the keychains where you use it on your door, right? The soft toy. We make laptop bags, yeah, bags where you can put your laptop, phone holders, pot holders. So a huge variety of products from the waste. We call it upcycling. Yeah, making sure that we have very, very little waste. Now the final waste. Now after all that, there are small pieces which will be there, but which cannot be made into anything. So what we have done, we have joined a platform called Reverse Resources, which is a platform which traces the waste all the way to the spinning mill, the cotton waste mills, which will buy this product from you through the platform. It traces it to the spinning mill and comes back as cotton yarn to us. So that way we are closing the entire loop. So I think these are all critical. Apart from that, now when I claim myself as a sustainable company, my company is completely run by solar and wind. 100% of my energy. Yeah, all the emissions, carbon emissions, which we are emitting, are all captured. Like when I go abroad for my marketing trips, the carbon emissions come on your ticket. That is added to the carbon emissions. My vehicle, which I go to the office, my employees coming by bikes, all these different things are calculated, and that way we are a carbon neutral company. You're talking about the entire ecosystem here.
Mm-mm. That's very interesting because I've never heard a company saying they calculate your like bikes and your travel time, the vehicles, everything. That's amazing. You are a founder of Unmoda, India's first luxury sustainable streetwear for women. Could you share what makes it different from conventional fashion brand?
See, normally when most people, I think you had a brand yourself. I just saw through your profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you know, like a lot of people, uh, they the notion in the public is that sustainable fashion is boring fashion. Yeah, so that made us think, no, we can make fashion. We are a fashion first brand. Yeah, fashion first, backed by sustainability. For us, sustainability is part of our DNA. So we are looking at sustainability is backing the brand. All the products we are doing, bamboo, tencel, organic cotton, all these products, it is understood that these are sustainable products. We don't want to harp on sustainability, we harp on the fashion side of the business. Yeah. And I'm proud to say that we are the first luxury streetwear for women in India. And we are trying to, it's not easy to build a brand. We are at the start of the journey. We have participated in the Bangalore Times Fashion Week last year. We also took part in the Miss Global. We were on the runway in the Miss Global, which happened in 2022, as well as we are right now also again participating in the Miss Global. The finals are in Bangkok. We're participating in that as well. So it is always my passion for India to come up with its own brand. If you look at today, if I ask you in luxury fashion, how many brands do you know? You know designer labels, but you don't know fashion brands. Yeah. So we would like to break that jinx and become India's first sustainable streetwear brand.
I'm so happy to hear that. And about the video you mentioned earlier, I saw it and it's amazing. It explains everything you do as a company. I will share that video link in the description box. And thank you for watching my videos and seeing my collection. It's a very
Yeah.
small part which I am trying to do from my end.
Just wanted
Yeah.
to tell you that I'm really appreciate that you are there looking at sustainability as a thought process, which I think is beautiful. I think we need many more people like you to promote sustainability and a sustainable way of life, not just sustainable fashion. Yeah. And I noticed that you are looking at multiple areas, not just fashion, but multiple areas, which is fantastic. I think the mindset of people have to change and throwing away things, minimalistic living, you know, having less number of things, but quality things, yeah, which last. Sustainability. Another point I wanted to make is about sustainability. Sustainable does not mean the product is sustainable, but again, you are throwing away that t-shirt. We try to make the t-shirt in such a way that it lasts longer, as long as possible, right? So we keep all those aspects in mind while we establish our brand. Yeah. And also in the future, we will also be buying back the items which we are going to sell. We will buy back from the customers at a future date. We're just a startup now, but as we go forward, all those things are on the cards.
Mhm. Thank you so much for appreciating my way of life and my approach. And coming to the final question, the fashion industry is the second most polluting. How do you ensure both NC John and Unmoda stay aligned with ethical fashion?
As I told you, we are one of the early players into sustainability. When sustainability was not even was unknown, yeah, 2007, our company got into sustainable production. It's been a journey of almost, this is the 18th year. Our ethos or ethical production practices, it's only gone forward. We are one of the few companies in our area which is focused on sustainability. There are a lot of other companies which do sustainable products, but that is, I'm also doing another sustainable product. But NC John, we are purely focused on sustainable products. We do only that. Everything around sustainability, where from our workforce, and another thing about sustainability is the genuineness of the claim. You know this big problem of greenwashing, right? So to avoid that, we have all the global certifications required. Globally, brands buying from us understand that when they buy any product from us, be it a pet bottle product or any kind of product like organic cotton, recycled cotton, we give our customers traceability from the farm all the way till the finish. Which farm it was planted, where it was processed, how it was dyed, how it was manufactured, whether it was manufactured in good conditions where the workers were given fair wages. Everything is taken into account. While you buy your product, you can be confident that the product you are buying from NC John is a product which is completely traceable in aspects of material, in absence of manpower, how ethically it is being made, everything is taken into account while we manufacture the product. Yes, there is a small cost to it. Yeah, because while you pay minimum wages, while you take care of your workers, while you buy material which is genuinely certified, there is a small addition of cost. But that comes, nothing comes free in this world. Yeah, and those who think that, as I said, it does not mean that a consumer has to spend more. By buying less number of pieces and buying sustainable products, your cupboard would still have the fashion required.
That's a great answer. I'm so happy that your company is doing all this, and I'm sure it's not an easy journey because just making fashion outfits is so easy. I've been there and I've done it, but when you come to sustainability part, it's a tough job because we have to, as you were mentioning, the whole process need to be thought through properly and then create that final product. I'm very happy that you are doing it in your company and for this Unmoda brand. I'm
Yeah.
really happy about that.
Thank you, Arpita. Thank you.
Yeah. Now let's do a fun segment called Snappy Seconds.
Yeah.
So it's quick questions, quick answers. So
Yeah.
let's get into it.
I'll try.
Yeah. One word that defines sustainability for you.
Responsibility.
Your go-to sustainable fabric.
Bamboo.
A common myth about sustainable fashion that needs to be busted.
That sustainable fashion is boring. It's not. We can make as good or fashionable products with sustainable fabrics.
Yeah. The biggest challenge in making fashion sustainable.
I think there's a small additional cost to it, which consumers think that sustainable clothing is expensive, but actually it's not as expensive as they think. It's a myth.
A fashion brand you admire for sustainability.
I think the biggest brand in the world, which I look up to, is Patagonia.
One thing every consumer should do to be more sustainable.
Minimalistic living, having few things, and having quality things.
Favorite eco-friendly personal habit.
I very rarely use plastics.
Fast fashion in one word.
Bad fashion.
Okay. A dream innovation you would love to see in textiles.
I'd like to see recycled cotton, which is there are a lot of exploration to see whether when cotton and polyester is blended together, they cannot separate it. Now, the what I'm looking for in the future is if they're able to separate both these things, we will be able to use the entire waste. Yeah, it's going to be the future of the world and the future of fashion.
If not in sustainable fashion, what would you be doing?
I think I would have been a planter.
Okay.
I think I'll be doing agriculture. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. Mr. Alexander, this has been such an insightful conversation.
Yeah, Rita, thank you for calling me, and I'm really happy to share my thoughts and also for those of your audience. I think that a lot of myths could be could change in the way you look at sustainability, and I hope this has been a useful session for you.
Yeah, it is. It is really useful. It's truly inspiring to see companies like NC John and Unmoda leading the way in sustainability. I really appreciate your time and the valuable insights you have shared with us.
Yeah, thank you, Arpita.
Thank you so much. Sustainability is not a choice, it's a responsibility. And we have seen today ethical fashion is possible when we combine innovation, responsibility, and passion. Let's rethink how we consume, rewear, and respect the resources we have. If you enjoyed this conversation, like, share, and subscribe for more insights into sustainable fashion. Together, we can make a difference, one mindful choice at a time.